Hello and welcome back. Now, this for me is just about the perfect show that I could be asked to bring you. We have got our sale and we've got Colour Me Happy. So what happens when you put them together? We have a Colour Me Happy sale show. Absolutely brilliant, absolute best show that you could have. So yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it. So if you joined us earlier at 11 a.m, because it was 6 a.m. or 3 a.m. on the Pacific coast if you were early, so you might not have seen some of our deals, but you're going to have to be quick because they're going very, very fast. Now, what we're all about today is you've got up to 70% sale discounts on all, most of the sale items. So, you know, have a look at those. But you will also see that some of them have got this lovely little yellow sticker on them. And that means that you're going to get a free item on top of your discount. So it's not instead of the discount. It's, so let's say it's 40% discount and a free item. So, you know, there are some phenomenal savings to be had. We're going to go through them today. We brought in some more Colour Me Happy deals that you didn't see this morning. And to be even better, at 3 p.m, so that is 10 a.m. East Coast, 7 a.m. Pacific Coast, then we'll also be dropping the price on 3 absolutely fantastic products, and that price will be reduced just for about 10 minutes. So if they are any of the ones that really take your fancy, then you're going to have to be quick and jump in at 3 p.m. and get those. So I'm not here on my own. I've got Johnny and George and Jamie. We've got it's such a good show. They've needed to put 3 in the gallery today. See, that's how good it's going to be. And on the other side of the room, I've got the lovely Craig. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you all rested and refreshed and recharged?
Well, I've been busy trying to track down a parcel that was meant to get delivered here, and then it's not. Apparently, they couldn't find the building. Now, if you've seen pictures of our building, it's got out the front there a huge big Crafter's Companion sign. How they couldn't find that one. Anyway, I've tracked it down. It's coming to my home address tomorrow. And then just found out that one of the WWE's top 5 premium live events of the year is actually coming to the UK. So myself and Johnny and I have been having a look, seeing how we could potentially get tickets when they first get released. So that was all within the 1 hour there.
And I saw you eating a cream egg. Mm-hmm. You did. I saw you.
I did indeed.
I'm going to allow this one now. I'm allowing this because we have finished Christmas.
Yes, and it wasn't just any cream egg here. New to the UK anyway, the brand new white chocolate cream egg. I've been waiting years. I've been one of those saddos that have even emailed the company in past years saying, will you ever bring out a white chocolate Cadbury's cream egg? Well, they have this year. So every time I've gone into the shops and I see them, I've been buying a couple. I did buy a couple just before Christmas, so I broke my rule because I always say no Easter stuff before Christmas, even though some of the shops start to bring them out. But yeah, we're past that now. So yeah, I was having one of them. But as Corrine was saying, yeah, this is Colour Me Happy. It's all about the January sale. We're going to be having a look at our colouring pads. We're going to be having a look at our tri-colour pens. We're also going to have a look probably at a little bit of illustrating, maybe a little bit of classics, and I know we've got some of our water reactive ink pads kind of like in a sale bundle, so we may even have a little look at them. But you know what, we're going to go in, we're going to do little techniques, we're going to have some fun, we're going to see what we can create when it comes to the show. That
would be absolutely brilliant. So on the social media today we have got Rachel, so welcome Rachel, lovely to have you with us, and we've also got Liz I was just seeing if she knew where it said that was. It doesn't. So we've got Betty from Idaho. We've got Diane Hughes from Tallahassee. Is that how you said Tallahassee? I think that's what it is. Jill B from Arizona. Sneaking Pete's while at work. That's the best way. Mary Beth Doyle from Minnesota, Karen from Kentucky, Lillian says hi to both of us, and Carolyn Sheary says good morning from Oregon. And then Rhonda says, hello, Craig, Corrine, CCTV crew, Team Social, and all my creative, crafty friends watching and chatting from a snowy, chilly Chicago area. Oh, and Jamie has been a bit sneaky and says, nice selection of pens on the table, Craig.
Oh, you noticed them. Oh, sneaky,
yeah,
sneaky.
Sneaky. Okay, right, now let's start off with one of the best deals that you've got. Now, Craig's been talking to Sarah, who said we're not going to have many mystery bags this year, but we're going to open the show with a mystery bag. So this is a deal and a half. So the contents of this bag not included, are £101 or $147. But your price today is £40 or $50. Unless you're platinum, of course, when it drops right down there to £32 or $40. So I got my list out, I had a look at what was in the bag and the prices, and I worked out that you could, for £11.99, you could buy this watercolour set of pens. So it's one of our sort of kits that you get. So you get everything in there, including the images and everything that you might need on there. Then, for £11.99 again, you could get our glitter markers. Work really well because they're water-based, so those two worked really well together. Then you could add in the acrylic markers for £7.99. Now those are really, really useful, and I'm going to use those at the weekend when I do my mixed media class for you. And you would get, for £7.99, you would get your classic pens in the yellow tones. Now, barring 4p, that is £40 or $50. So absolutely brilliant. So if you're a platinum member, it's already more than what you are going to pay. Then, on top of that, we can delve into here, and you're going to get so much more. So you are not paying for this, if you remember, because you're saving £61.87. You're not paying for your gilding flakes in the Carnival with the Midnight Mauve, the Deep Iris and the Lapis Blue. About £15 odd is that, so it's a lot, good value. You're not paying for your Spectrum Noir metallic tipped pens. Absolutely gorgeous, and those are in the precious metals, so you can see the colours down the side, absolutely beautiful. You're not paying for your tri-blend in pale pink. You're not paying for your dauber, your square dauber and 2 free refills. You're not paying for your spritz bottles or your glossy accents, so that's going to add the sheen and the shine to anything you want to add. You're not paying for your illustrator in this gorgeous aqua blue with the bullet tip and the brush tip, absolutely perfect. Neither are you paying for your alcohol-proof ink pad, which is brilliant if you're going to be colouring with things like your classic pens. Works really, really well with that. And the final bit that you're not paying for is your translucent ink pad. So look at this, all of this is what you're not paying for today when you buy this mystery bag. Now, if you buy more than one of these mystery bags, expect to get duplicates. But everything in this box is consumable. Everything in this box, apart from maybe your blending tool and your mist bottles, but I like lots of those, is consumable. You'll use them and use them and use them, and then you'll want to replace them. So if you've got some of these, then don't worry about getting duplicates. But if you think this is such a good bargain for £32 or $40, if you're a platinum member, then go for it and get 2. Now, fifth of the stock has already gone, just for us sort of previewing it a little bit over Wake Up Call. We're going to talk about this a bit more and some of the techniques that you can be doing, but you can be adding your gilding, you can be highlighting with your metallic pens, you can be adding detail with your acrylic markers because they'll go on every medium that you can think of. The techniques that Craig's going to show you with alcohol pens are going to work with these, and then obviously you've got your 2 lots of your water-based mediums with your aqua pens and your glitter pens, which again are water-based. So there is so much in here, so much for you to get your hands on and really, really have a play with. So make sure you get that before it completely sells out, because as I said, we're already over 20% gone. Now, as you've already seen, Craig has already got some bits out on the table, ready to go and to show us. What are you going to show us next, Craig?
So we're going to have a look at our Spectrum Noir. This is our tri-colour brush pen. So you're going to get your 18 pens. Now, these are in the January sale, so that means you are going to get a free gift. Now, the free gift you are going to be getting is your Sarah Buddy bag. So this is worth $5.99 or $9.99. Now, this is going to hold your tri-colour pen. So whether it is your tri-blend pens, whether it's your tri-brush pens, any of these ones are going to hold no problem at all. Because these are your larger pens, these are also going to hold, of course, your classics, your illustrators, no problem at all. It is going to hold all of the 18 pens, plus more as well. But as we can see, I've got all mine set out to the side, ready to do a little bit of colouring. So it is from Totally Tiffany. It is a two-piece, so you could use them separately if you want, but the actual purpose of these ones is to be used together, so you can have them flat if you want to, or then you do have your hook and loop, strong hook and loop that you can then hold from the handle. So that is the free gift, as we say, worth $5.99 or $9.99. But what you are going to get is you're going to get all of your tri-brush pens here. Now these ones, the full pack of the 18 is $50.99 or $76.45 with a saving of 15%. Now if you are platinum, of course, it's going to come down to $40.79, or for you guys stateside, it's going to come down to $61.16. Now, when it comes to the tri-colour brush pens, I'm just going to lean over and get a tri-blend pen. So in case you are new to us, or you've maybe never seen Wake Up Call, a tri-blend pens, this is about having the one colour family, so this one is blue, and having the dark, the medium and the light all in one pen. So if you're familiar with your Classique pens, you will know that within a Classique range, the dark is one pen, the medium is a second pen, and the light is a third pen. Now your tri-blends do exactly the same as the Classiques. The only difference is the three shades are in that one pen. So this one here is True Blue. So the True Blue within your tri-blend pen is the same ink as True Blue within the Classique. So that is that one colour family. The tri-colour brush, this is about blending different colour families. Now there is many colours that you can't blend together. They just don't work well together once they're blended. But there is many that do work well. Now what Leanne and the team, the product development team at Spectrum Noir have done is they've worked it out for you which colour families work well together, which different colour families. So this one pen that I've got here, we have got our blue-grey one, we've got our water lily, and our blue slate. Now these are maybe three colours you maybe wouldn't necessarily think would work well together, but they do. Another one as well that we've got, so let's go in with this one here. So this one here, this has got, again, three different colour families. So this one here has got your fuchsia, it's got your satsuma, and then it's got your vanilla as well. So these three work well perfectly together. So you get the idea where it comes from, all of the 18 pens. Now they are alcohol based, so if you are going to be doing your stamping, you're going to use your alcohol proof ink pad. Preferably as well, you're going to use your Nina cardstock. Now what I've already done is I've taken one of our stamps that I've already stamped out. I've stamped it onto our Nina cardstock, and I have also used our Noir Black, which is our alcohol proof ink pad. Now we do have a bundle as well where we've got our Totally Tiffany rotating board. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use that one here. When it comes to alcohol colouring, I always recommend put a piece of scrap cardstock underneath. It doesn't need to be expensive cardstock. It could be a bulk of printer paper if you want, just something so that the alcohol ink, it will start to bleed through the cardstock. Now this is the way that I think of it, that if we are on a surface such as a glass mat or a craft mat, just to say that bundle with the Totally Tiffany rotating board is on the bottom of your screen. I know we will look at it in a wee bit more detail throughout the show, but if your cardstock, once you're doing your alcohol colouring, if it starts to bleed through, which it is normal, if you are on a non-porous surface, then what could happen is the ink will start to bleed through, and then it could kind of like bleed back up into the image, and then that's where it's going to start to seep out. So you want something that is a porous surface that's going to capture any of that alcohol ink that may potentially seep through. So therefore, if I start to colour, any of the alcohol ink that blends through or bleeds through, if it goes onto my cardstock underneath, that's going to capture it and it's going to stop it from soaking back up. That's the way that I always think of it within my mind. So I'm going to take this one. So I'm going to take the one that I was showing you before, the blue slate, the blue-grey one, and the water lily. lovely. Just to say as well, and I know it's a question that would tend to get asked quite a lot, the tri-blends or the classics would tend to blend from, some of us do it different. Some go from light, medium to dark, some go from dark, medium to light. The purpose of the tri-blends, you've got dark, you've got medium, and you've got light. You don't need to worry about that form when it comes to the tri-brush pens. You can blend in any order that you want. So you can go from blue slate to water lily to blue grey, or blue grey to water lily to blue slate. Whatever way, it's entirely up to yourself. But let's go in with one of our images here. And then all that I'm going to do, for me, I still do it the way that I usually think of. So I'll pick one. This one I'm going to go in with the blue slate, and I'm just going to go down. Now the actual brush pens, if you are new to them or you're maybe not familiar with them, but you're familiar with our Illustrator pens because you've got that flexible nib. So you can go in and do your colouring using the brush, that flicking action. I don't actually do that when it comes to these ones here. I still go in and I will start to use them as if they were a bullet nib from the classics, or of course with our tri-blends. And then all that I am just going to do is I am just going to go in and then I'm going to lay one down. I'm going to go in with our additional one, and then I'm going to go into the mid one. And I say the mid one loosely because, of course, it is 3 different colour families that will start to blend well together. And then if you want to, you can just go back once again, just blend that one out together, and you can see how perfectly the 3 of them are just blending beautifully together.
One colourist doesn't bleach the other one out. It's so clever, isn't it?
It doesn't. So you can see the 3 of them just blends in just beautifully together. And then, like I say, this time I'm going to, just for the purpose of showing you, I'm going to go to the water lily colour first of all, and then I'm just going to go all the way down. And then I'm just deciding where I want to have which colour. Once again, if I dot back to this one, usually you think about where your light source is, or your dark source is. You can still do that with these ones, but it's not actually something you need to worry about.
No.
You just have some fun. Just start to colour in, go in with whichever colour you so wish. I'm just going to go in. It's very, very relaxing, but because you're not having to worry exactly what colour is going to go, I'm just going to go in once again. I'm going to go round, dotting back and forwards between the different colours within the burgundy barrels. Let's go in with that one there. I'm just going to work my way up, and then let's go back. Going to go back in with the water lily. And then you just, exactly that, you just have fun, as I was saying. You're going to have fun, you're going to decide what you're going to lay down, where you're going to do it, how you're going to blend it out. But if you're familiar with any of your alcohol pens, even if you're not familiar with Spectrum Noir, but you're familiar with alcohol colouring, then you can follow on to from what you already know, but then go in with our tri-colour. Love how these just ones blend in together. So I'm going to do it because I have gone for more of a lighter pastel tone. But let's go in with, we're going to go in with the mint tea, the celery, and the gossamer, as we found out within Wake Up Call what that actually is. So once again, let's just go in. I'm going to go in with the hair now. We can go in with whichever colour we want. You know, hair can be any colour. Our Nicola's got pink hair at the moment. She looks fab with her pink hair. We'll go in, I'm just going to add it in and just blending in. Just blending it in where I want it to go. I don't need to worry about if the colours are going to work. I know that they're going to work because the team have worked it out together. I mean, look, you can see it within that one there.
Oh, that looks good.
Works well, doesn't it?
I like that, yeah.
It works really, really well. And obviously I've got it on my board. I'm not actually been moving it about because I've been colouring in that one direction. But then with the board, you've got that option if you want to. Then instead of having to worry about twisting your wrist or moving the cardstock all the way around, you're just going in with your rotating board, and that's moving into the direction that you want it to go in. So once again, I'm just going to go in with the bottom here, and then when it comes to whichever stamp you are using, you can follow the highlight lines if you want, or I find with these ones, Corrine, it kind of, I don't tend to follow the highlight lines when it comes to the stamps
Not
because
so much when it's the tricolours.
Exactly. Yeah. Just it is. I know I keep saying this, but it's about having the fun. It's just letting yourself go in colour whichever way you want, because you're not having to worry about is it going to work.
Yeah.
The three
you're not
colours.
trying to make it, let's say, look realistic, or trying to make it, you know, like you said about the light source. It's all about just enjoying the process, which Althea says, I have these pens, I use them all the time, pretty colours. But Karen says, I have this tricolour brush set, have not got to use it yet though. Well, hopefully Craig is going to show you how perfect it is to use, and you will you'll get on and use it, because it really is gorgeous.
It's just,
You see, the colours look so separate, and then you just did that little bit and they just blend together. I think it's important that you use the right cardstock. You're going to get the best results with your Nina or your alcohol card pack. So, you know, make sure you use the right cardstock. And they do, they just blend together. Amazing, don't they?
Blends it in just perfectly. So that one was the lavender, wisteria and the old rose. So, you know, let's do that again on this side here. So if we go in with the old rose, so all that I've done there is I've just gone into one side there, and then let's go in with the lavender. I'm going to bring that in to that side there, and then as you said, you think, right, okay, that is two completely different ones. But then if I now go in with the wisteria and then just start to blend that in together, that you can see there, I don't have to go back over the top of it. If I wanted to, you know, there's nothing stopping me from going in just over the join, but as you can see, I didn't need to do that.
But you still use the same rules with alcohol pen. Remember that it will change as it dries. The colour will change. So don't be afraid to stop, put your pens down, or maybe move on to a different bit and come back at a later point, because, you know, you can fiddle with them over much, can't you?
Yeah, well, you can. You definitely
don't need
can.
to, because it just works. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
What I would say is, and I know many of you do this now, that you are familiar and you love your Spectrum Noir, but if you are new, I would say, you know, when we say trust your pen, please do. Trust the pen, but please trust Spectrum Noir as a brand. We've got world-renowned artists that are using our Spectrum Noir range now, and they're doing that for a specific reason, because they have the trust in the actual pens, but they also have the trust in the name Spectrum Noir. So trust it. So exactly like Corrine says, do what you're doing, and then if you're thinking, don't I need to add a little bit, just leave it. Let it go, certainly with alcohol colouring, just let that evaporate just for a few moments. Come back. If you want to do a little bit extra, go for it. But you will find that you'll probably think, I'm glad I left that.
Yeah, I think you can over fiddle with them sometimes, for want of a better word.
Definitely.
Really do.
Definitely.
There's a couple of pens that I really like, and this is one of the pens that I like. And the other one is that one that you had with the magenta and the orangey colours in.
Oh, yeah.
That's another of my favourites.
Another one. So
is it that one?
So that one, so let's go in with, is it this one here? I don't think
I think it's the one you picked up,
Was it the pick one I had, the fuchsia, Satsuma and the vanilla?
Yes.
That one.
I do like that,
Yeah, it is actually a lovely one as well, isn't it? So, you know, in actual fact, let's go in there. If I just go in with the fuchsia, and then I still go opposite sides and then blend into the middle. You don't have to, but that's the way that I tend to do it. And then I'm just going to go in.
It just changes from one colour to the other so cleverly.
Very, very clever in the way that it does it. And this is where I was saying, I would leave that. I would just leave that. You know, you might have a tendency to go in, as Corrine says, fiddle about with it. You don't need to. Trust it, leave it as it is, but going in. The key thing with this one is, yes, it is alcohol colouring, but these are different colour families. If I bring in a little chart that you can see just here, that gives you an indication as to what is in the actual collection of the pens. You've got your 18 pens, so all these little blocks, these are indication to each of the pen. So, you know, they've all got their own specific name as well, with their own code. So you've got your breaking waves, you've got, you know, your GT1 into AB1 and then into your BT2.
Craig, sorry, can I interrupt you? Elizabeth asked a question. I think I know the answer, but it'd be good to have your answer. She says, I have a question. Are they different colours from the Tri-Blend originals?
So they're not different.
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, they're not different. So you may be familiar with a lot of the colours already. The key thing, what these were all about.
It's the configuration, isn't it?
It's the configuration, yeah. So if you could imagine, if we were to go in with, you know, let's go in with that breaking waves there. So let's say classic pens. So you're going to have GT1, you would have to go and hunt for your AB1, which is a separate pen, and then you would go and hunt for your BT2, which is a separate pen. So that's 3 separate pens you're going to then have to hunt for. They're not together when it comes to the actual storage of your pens. If you're using it within the Tri-Blend form, again, it's 3 different pens that you're then having to dig out. It's just about the team have just put them together. As I was saying, not all different colour families will work together. So these ones do. They've tried, they've tested, they've gone with that colour wheel kind of in mindset, and then they've done it for you so that you've got all your, you know, you may have your Tri-Blend pens that do the blending with the one colour family. I love them, certainly the Tri-Blends, I love them to bits. This is now just taken it to that next level, but different colour families that you may not necessarily think would work together, but they do, but they're there, they're separate, they're ready for you to go, and then you can then just pick them up and you can colour whichever stamp image that you've got, as long as it is an alcohol-proof ink pad. And as Corrine said, I would say we would all say it, preferably your Nina cardstock for you to do your colouring on. That is the best one to do it within our range. You can get away with your multi-purpose cardstock. What I say is, please use Nina, and if you've forgotten to order your Nina cardstock and you are just about out, then your multi-purpose is a good way as an alternative until you get your Nina card.
Takes a little bit more work to make the blend, doesn't it, on the multi-purpose? You just need to concentrate a little. With the Nina, it will blend beautifully.
Definitely.
A couple more comments. You've really inspired some. Kay says, I can't wait to get home from our vacation because I have those markers waiting for me. Mary says, I totally love these tricolour pens. Don't have them all, but it's my goal. I told you Thea used those, yep. Eve B says, why do I do this to myself? Swear I'm not buying anything and then fill up a cart. Well, there we are. I said to you, Karen said she's got them but not yet used them. Liz R says she's from Nottinghamshire. Hi, Liz. Well, I'll be back to Nottinghamshire this evening. And Mary Reno says, Craig, when it comes to white chocolate, rules are made to be broken. But there's one here, I've been saving this to tell you, there we go. Emma Ryan says, Craig,
yes,
I'm going to Birmingham in April to watch WWE live for the first time. Can't wait.
Oh, I'm jealous. I remember my very, very first WWE live event way back in Aberdeen many years ago. Yes, I remember that very well. Been to quite a few. No, I've not been to well, I've not really been to any over the last good couple of years anyway, but yeah, I am so tempted. They did do obviously at thingy at the castle. Was it Carnage at the Castle? I want to say Clash at the Castle just last year, but that wasn't classed as one of their big 5 premium live events of the year. So yeah, I'm so tempted to London on the 1st of July. Better get my holidays in just in case.
Yeah, don't you? There we go. Right. While he thinks about that and starts looking at whether he can book his holidays whilst we're working. There we go. Now I've got another good deal, and you haven't seen this one yet. So this is all about your water reactive ink pads. So these are normally $5.99 each. So you getting them today, they should be $28.95 or $42.91. So that would be the price of your ink pads. But you're getting them today for $17.98 or $30.56. Straight away, you're saving 15%. But we're also going to throw in your blending sponges, and these are for free. So these are worth $4.99 or $6.95. That means that your 15% saving that you've got on your ink pads now becomes over 25% saving when you add the value of everything together. Now, I mentioned these are water reactive. You're going to get your crushed velvet in your water reactive. You're going to get your sandstorm. You're going to get your parakeet. I love that one, it's such a lovely colour. And you're also going to get your spa blue. absolutely gorgeous. Now you can blend these together, you can use them separately. Now these are water reactive ink pads, so you can do all your techniques, you can blend them, then you can do faux bleaching, you can blend them all together, you can do so much with these. Use your sponges, you can even pick these up, and I like picking these up and painting them with my sparkle pens. You get so many good effects. Now if you want the 4 ink pads and the 4 sponges, a sponge per ink pad if you want to look at it that way, your platinum price today is $14.38 or $24.95. Brilliant, brilliant price. Like I say, you're saving, I wrote it down, over 25% before your platinum price. So it's definitely one to be thinking about. Now, the next one we're going to look at, Craig has already given you a hint about this. This is all about the rotating board.
It is indeed, and this is kind of like the updated one. The original one that Totally Tiffany done was more of a wooden form. This one here, it is plastic. It is more though, however, environmentally friendly because of the actual structure of it, which I will show you. But it's really, really strong and sturdy. So this is your Totally Tiffany. This is the rotating design board and the paper pad. It's got a yellow sticker because it's in their January sale, which means you've got a free item. And boy, you have got a fab free item when it comes to this one here. So let's start with the free item. It is the Nancy tote bag. So it's the actual bag all of this is in. So it is worth $14.99 or $16.99. So it is a really, really strong, as you know from Totally Tiffany, sturdy storage tote bag there. It is wipeable, it is see-through. You know, if you've seen Craft House last night with myself and Tiffany, why she likes things to be see-through or that frosted look. You've got additional pockets inside if you want to. So there's pockets on the outside with the button. You've got pockets on the inside as well. Think back to how Tiffany was explaining how it's all stitched together. For instance, these handles here, they're not just stitched at the top, they're stitched all the way down and they go underneath. So if you are putting anything heavy in there, that she says that you can absolutely do that. As we both said last night, when it comes to the weight of anything like that, although it does withstand a lot of weight, what we say for your own safety, of course, only put in the weight that you can handle. However, they are designed to take a big amount of weight. So that is the freebie that you are getting here, worth $14.99 or $16.99. Now you are getting your rotating design board. So this is the box that it comes in, and you're getting 2 elements, and I'll show you that in a second. This is the actually I'll show you the board in a minute, because what you're getting included, this one here, is your premium white cardstock. So if you don't have Nina cardstock, this is the alternative to go for. It is 9 by 12 in size, it's 240 GSM, and this is 30 sheets that you are getting. So Nina cardstock and the Spectrum Noir premium white cardstock, they do the same thing. So these are the 2 that you want for alcohol colouring. So you've got your full pad there ready for you to go. But let's have a look at, for me, and I said it last night with Tiffany, out of everything that she's done when it comes to storage and tools, this is my favourite Totally Tiffany item. This one is the rotating board. You do have your bulldog clip as well. You've seen me using it a moment ago with the tri-brush pens. Now you don't get that bit of cardboard if you got there. You'll have seen why I used that cardboard in a moment. Now if you lay it down flat, again, if you've seen that first colour-in demo that I've done, it gives you the ability to twist your coloured image around. So whereas, if we stay looking down here, whereas when I'm colouring, I would maybe potentially have to be twisting my coloured image all the way around. Now don't get me wrong, it's not a big deal. It's not the biggest thing in the world, you know, but when you're thinking about maybe potentially twisting your wrist around, holding the pen and twisting while moving, it just eliminates that. It makes it a little bit more slicker and easier, and in some cases more enjoyable, because you're not getting that discomfort from the wrist. So all that you're then just going to do as you're colouring, you're just going to then move it around to work in the direction that feels comfortable suitable for you. Now, it doesn't just have to be for colouring. Tiffany showed you and explained many different ways in which you can use this. If you love your games, if you love your jigsaws, this is good for you to then twist as you're turning it around. She did show you that she uses it for her die cut machine, sits on top and then twists it around. That's what she likes to do with it. But it is that nice, free-flowing twist and turn that you've got. I did say how. It is, of course, the updated version. And if we think back to our stash and stack boxes about all those circles on the base that serve a purpose, this is the same in what she's done. All of these are adding that extra strength to it. So at first it looks as though it's shallow. You can see that where my finger is. It's got that shallowness to it. However, all of these are actually serving a purpose. It's creating that strength to it. It's creating that structure to it, but it's actually using less plastic. Instead of it being a great big thick piece of plastic, it's taking that element away and then just reducing it, but it's not taking away any of that rigidity. You've got your non-slip feet as well, so it's not going to slip and slide as you're twisting and turning. It really is a staple item that I use so many times a week, whether it is just on my craft desk sitting, colouring, whether I'm just taking notes or that, and again, it's about the movement on my wrist. I'll just have it in front of me. I always say the main thing that I use it for is when I'm watching TV downstairs in the living room. I'll sit on the couch with my knees up against me and I have my rotating board sitting in front of me, and then I just twist the board as I'm needing to turn. That's how I use it. It is one that I think if you love your colouring, if you love your games, if you've got tools that you just like to have that ease of twist, this one here is definitely a must. You're getting that one with, of course, the paper pad. That's what you are going to be paying for. It is all black. It is an actual alcohol colouring white cardstock. That one is worth $28.48 or $38.89. That's giving you the saving of 5%. If you're platinum, it comes down to $22.78 or $31.11. But don't forget as well, you are getting your free Nancy tote bag, which holds the actual rotating board. It holds the paper pad. Doesn't have to be for those. You can pop whatever you want in it. It's going to easily hold your 9x12 pads or maybe your tools, anything like that. It's up to you, but it's a nice wee handy one to have, and it's free.
That's absolutely brilliant. Now, there's lots and lots of love coming in for the rotating board. We've got Rosalind says, I didn't realise how useful that design board was when stenciling or painting. Really good for stenciling. For this price, I have to get another one. Carletta said, I just received my Totally Tiffany rotating board and Nancy tote this week. My first set is set up with Sanntangle. This one will be for card making colouring. There you go. Oh, and Kay says, glad to see it's improved. It'll be less heavy and easier to take along. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now we've got Carol Ann says, time to open my CC parcel whilst watching the show. Oh, message back. Tell us what you've got, Carol Ann, sorry. Will be really interesting. Also contemplating putting another order in. Oh, yes, absolutely. With these prices, you know, just think it's what you're saving, not what you're spending. That's how I always like to think of it. Now, we didn't show you this morning, and I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I don't know why we didn't show you this, because this deal is absolutely phenomenal. What this is 2 packs of your colour blend pencils. So you've got your essentials and your primaries there. So let me show you this. Each tin has 24 pencils in. Now, normally each of these tins is $24.99. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the fact that the name of each pen is embossed into the bottom of the pencil, or pencil, should I say. Now, these are your colour blend pencils. So if you've got some colour blend solution, then you're going to be able to spread the colour out, but they will also blend beautifully together. And then this one is your primaries. Aren't those colours absolutely gorgeous? So pretty. Now, as I said, $24.99 each. Really, really good price. And let me show you what you can be doing with them. Look at this. This isn't my colouring. I wish it was. Isn't that amazing? Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So let me turn that one round for you. There you go. I could tell you which ones we've been used, but this is like a mixture of, so it's got the pencils and then it's got the pencils with our pens as well. So you can see, look at that, looks gorgeous, but look at the depth of colour when you put your pens underneath. And the same again here, mixing and matching them with the pens and then bringing the pencils in to add even more depth and dimension. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? On the grey paper, it just looks amazing. We have some very clever people working here. I just love that one too. Absolutely gorgeous. Works beautifully on your brown card, like your craft card, as well as your white card. Really, really gorgeous. So you don't need your specialised cardstock for this. Now, in your card packs, your pencil packs, you're going to get your primaries, which goes through all your yellows. You've got your reds and pinks, your blues, your purples, your browns, and your greens. Aren't those beautiful, beautiful colours? And then in the essentials, yeah, you've still got some more of your blues, your pinks, your yellows, but you know, these are more, like you say, your basic colours, your primary colours. You can do so many different techniques. We've got our cross-hatched linear ones, we can match two together, blending over the top, laying down the colour using a blender pencil, blending solution, and putting your pencils on top of your alcohol pens. So many different ways. Now, the deal for this is it's half price. So $24.99 and $24.99, we're giving you them today for $24.99. Absolutely spot on, half price. But to make it even better, because you've got that lovely little yellow label on there, we're also going to give you a pack of your Nina card as well. Would you be using the Nina card with the colour blend pencils, Craig?
Yes. So the way that I think about it, Corrine, is your colour blend pencils, because you would potentially, if you want to blend, use your blending solution, which is alcohol based. So think back to your alcohol pens. So therefore, Nina cardstock and your alcohol proof ink pad. That's the way that I think about it.
So if you were just going to just do regular blending two colours together, then you could do it on your normal card.
Of course you could.
If you're going to go in with your blending solution, then your Nina card is brilliant. So that's an additional $4.99. So you are now saving $24.99 and another $4.99. So you're saving nearly pennies off £30, but spending $24.99. So it's well over 50%. So that is a brilliant deal. And then if you look at your platinum price, $19.99 or $27.96. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, you want to jump in and get that one before they go, because I think that one won't hang around. Now, I don't know if we've got any more questions. We've got Rhonda saying the colour blend pencils are super creamy and easy to use. I love these pencils to enhance my alcohol colouring. I haven't really done a lot where I've mixed the two together. That's really sort of made me think I fancy having a go at that. Elizabeth Cram says, I love these pencils. I'm a crafter. My husband was an artist and he loved them also. And Coletta says, gorgeous pencils, samples, whoa. Yes, I couldn't agree more. These are absolutely amazing, amazing images. So yeah, if you want that, jump in there, $24.99. Those aren't my views about the colour blend pencils. Those are your views, our viewers. So yeah, you can totally trust that. Now we've got a few more deals on, and it's not quite 3 o'clock. We've got 15 minutes until I've got time to show you those 10-minute deals. So have you got some metallics over there?
I do indeed. So we're not going to colour specific images for this. I've just got some black cardstocks on white card, and we'll just show you them. Because once again, conscious, as Corrine was saying earlier on, we're always getting new viewers as well. And you might just think, okay, metallic pens, metallic pencils, how do they actually look? Sometimes you think black card, not really going to show it works well. So this is your Spectrum Noir. This is your your metallic pencils that are just coming. They're just coming up just in a second. You'll see them here. So you're going to get your metallic markers. You're also going to get your pencils. So this is your Spectrum Noir. This is your metallic markers and your pencils. Of course, January sale. who put Spectrum Noir metallic markers and pencils in a January sale? I do not know, but hey ho, it benefits you. So you're going to get a free ink pad. Now the ink pad that you're going to get is our gold Midas metallic ink pad. So when it comes to our metallic ink pads, you can absolutely blend with them. You can pull colour out with them when it comes to water brushes or your sparkle pens. It is a pigment, so that means if you want to, you can of course sprinkle your embossing powders over the top. It's a gold, so if you were to do that, I would recommend a clear one. You can do any other colour, but it kind of defeats the purpose to using the gold. If you don't have any other, translucent, clear or pigment ink pad at home, but you want to do heat embossing, then you could use the gold and put whatever colour over the top of it. But to still see the gold, if you're doing that, use a clear one. But when you've got it at home, it's entirely up to yourself. So you're getting that one, it's free, it's worth $5.99 or $8.99. So let's set that one to the side for now, because what you are actually going to be paying for is our pack. This is our 12 pack of our metallic pencils. Now these are so full, they're so richly pigmented when it comes to the metallic pencils here. They run all the way through. If I open them up actually, you're going to be able to see, these are metallic gorgeousness. And I'm telling you as well, they last such a long time. I don't use mine every single day, but I have had mine for a long time. And you know what? I'm not even a quarter of the way down when it comes to the pencils. So, you are getting your 12 and they are richly pigmented when it comes to the actual pencils themselves. But then what you're also going to get is your metallic pen. So within these ones here, these are for metallic pens, these are water-based. You've got the 6 of them here. Now these are so full when it comes to your metallic pigment within inside them. You are going to find an absolute exquisite look and result when you go on with your black cardstock or your deep navy cardstocks. You can go in with your lighter cards if you want, but let's go in. I've got a little bit of our black card and we're going to go in with our actual pens here. So we're going to go in with each of them. Let's bring in a bit of the white as well. So with these ones here, because of the metallic pigment inside, you've got 2 nibs within each pen. This one is your rare minerals set that you've got here. And on one side, you've got kind of a smaller nib. And then on the other side, you've got more of a flexible brush nib. So this one here, it is your amethyst. So if I just go into my black card, and then I'm just going to colour down, and then look at that.
That covers so well, doesn't it?
So well. And that's a really good point, because that is just one coverage. I don't need to go back. You were talking earlier on, Corrine, about just leaving it, walking away. Do that. Don't think as though you need to go back over that, because you don't. You've got that full coverage when it comes to that amethyst. But then if we go in even with the blue, so if we go in with the blue, I'm going to colour just a little bit further
to make that
down.
show up on your black.
On the black, and that's the key thing, absolutely. It needs to be jam-packed full of pigment for that to give a really good coverage when it comes to your black cardstock. So you can see, so if I go that there, we'll go into the middle there, that you can see how that is looking. Let's go in just, I'm not going to do all 6 of them, I just want to give you the indication of how they look onto our cardstock. And then when it comes to the red on this one, and then even look at that coverage I'm getting straight away, really fair bit of coverage very quickly. And then if catch the light there, look at that, with that red. So I'm going to turn it that way. There we go, it's easier with my hands. And then we've got all of that rich red within that pigment. So that's it on black card. Just very briefly, let's just show you is again, you can do it on your lighter card. However, you are going to get that better look and that better effect when it comes to your dark card. That's of course what your metallic is all about. So just the same 3 colours, because that's what I just used a moment ago. So once again, just from up above, you can see the white against the black. So that is your metallic pens. There's so many techniques that you can do and follow across on our Crafters TV YouTube channel. But if you're going to go in with your metallic pencils now, I mean, these are so rich and creamy, but again, these are full of the pigment when it comes to the pencils. This one here, tell you what, let's go in with our violet here. So I'm just saying, going to go in, and then I'm just going to start to colour down. I am with these ones, I do like to go back and forwards just a couple of times, and then I'm going to lift that one again for you to see. Look at that within that metallic. So within that one,
hasn't it?
It's got that sheen, it's got that smoothness to it. So if you are wanting to start to then blend them together, you can absolutely do that if you want to.
Do you know what, between our shimmer pads, our Centura Pearl, our Spectrum Noir pens with the shimmer in, we don't have to shimmer. I'm not saying like that full-on blingy sparkle, because that's not what you want.
No.
We do that shimmer so well. It just amazes me even now how beautifully they work. It's classy, isn't it?
It's very classy.
Rather than bling.
That's it. And you're going to find that with all the colours, even when it comes to the gold, you've got that classy look when it comes to the gold.
And that just blends one into the other, doesn't it?
One into the other, and that's what's shining there, especially that.
And you've not used any blending solution or anything like that, you've just let them blend naturally.
Nothing whatsoever. And again, as I was saying before, you can go onto your lighter cardstock. If any of them work best with lighter cardstock, in my opinion, for me, you can see, is the pencils. You know, I would always keep my metallic pens for my darker cardstock, and then you could use your pencils for both, because that really shows off. But as I said, that's entirely up to you. When you get them home, you can do whatever you like with them. But that is you getting all of these. So you're getting all 12 of the pencils. You're also going to get all 6 of your metallic pens, which these ones are your rare minerals. All of them you're getting for $21.23 or $29.96, with a saving of 15%. If you are platinum, it comes down to $16.98 or $23.97. But of course, you do then, of course, get your free gift, which is your gold Midas ink pad. And then if I just go on with a piece of black card, this is the one, our studio one, that we use time and time again. But look at that, onto even just black cardstock. Really lovely coverage. If you want to go over your clear embossing powder, you can do.
Brilliant. Now, if you love those, remember that when I opened up the show, I showed you our mystery bag, and in there was the precious metals. So that had the precious metals of the of those sparkle Spectrum Noir metallic pens. So yeah, so if you wanted, if you've really fallen for those and you think, oh, I fancy some more, then maybe think about this mystery bag, which has got all of those in. So for £32 or $40, if you're a platinum member, there was a set in there as well as all the other bits. Right, I jumped out of order. We weren't going to do that now. What we were also going to do was our natural beauty stamps. Now, wow, my mind is just racing with all the ideas that I could come up with, all the different pens. I'm thinking my colour blend pens going on the hair, it's going to look beautiful. Now, these stamps have been drawn with colouring in mind. Sometimes you get a stamp and the image is about the image rather than how you're going to colour it, if that makes sense. I know what I'm trying to say. They want to get a nice picture down rather than thinking about how the end user is going to use it. The end user has been considered in these. We've been thinking about you and your journey through your colouring journey, you're learning through your Academy of Colour, hint, hint, nudge, nudge with that, and you know, and the way you might learn to do all the colouring in the dresses. Imagine putting her with a metallic dress on there, just giving it that lovely little hint would look beautiful. So you have got tumbling waves, you have got effortless chic. I love this one because I love the messy bun, but I also love the fact that it's allowing me to practice my skin tones and the tones on the dresses as well. And then we've got Little Darling. Isn't she gorgeous? Change the hair colour, change the skin colour, and you're going to get different effects. You've got Luscious Locks. How can I have hair envy over a stamp? And then you've got Ethereal Beauty. Now these are absolutely amazing, and you would normally pay £45.94 or $56.74 for those, but today we're going to give you a 20% saving and drop that down to $31.96 or $39.80. But it's got that little yellow sticker, so we're going to add in our glossy highlights as well. So you're going to get that $5.99 absolutely free on top of your 20% saving that you're going to get for your stamps. So you're probably getting closer to 25% saving before it drops down to platinum price down there, £25.57 or $31.84. And if you are enjoying getting your pens and you are enjoying your colouring journey, then these for me are an absolute essential. I use them all the time because they just give me practice those techniques that I might have picked up in my Academy of Colour or through just watching the shows. But they have just been drawn so that you can improve. They've not been drawn to trip you up. They've been drawn so that you can really, look at that, absolutely gorgeous. And you can achieve these effects. They have been drawn so that you can get the most amazing results. So yeah, absolutely perfect. Now, Craig, which one did I hear that you were doing next?
So we are going to be having a look at some of our discovery kits here. We're going to have a look. We've got 2 of them, and you've also got a free item to go with this one. So this one is giving you 2 of your discovery kits here. Now this one here, you are going to be $17.98 or $29.98. That's a saving of 25%. Now if you're platinum, you're going to come down to $14.38 or $23.98. That's what you're paying for. And you are going to be getting your Duck Egg Blue. This one is a classic pen. Now when it comes to your classic pens, it is an alcohol-based pen, so you can get a really phenomenal coverage when it comes to your alcohol pen. You do have a chisel nib on one side, and then you have got a bullet nib on the other. So when it comes to the chisel, if you are just wanting to do a larger coverage when it comes to your laying of colour, or if you are just wanting to go in with little fomats and layers with a brush nib, you can do, or the chisel nib, but you have got your bullet nib. For me, when it comes to alcohol colouring, I tend to use the bullet nib the most. So that one there is your Duck Egg Blue, and it's BT8. When it comes to the classics that are refillable as well as the illustrators. But this is what you're paying for once again, which is of course your discovery kit. So the 2 of them that you're getting, this one here is all about watercolour. So this is taken incredible artists, this one being Benita. Now within this one, it's put together a little discovery kit of 13 elements. It's going to enable you to do and start with watercolouring. If you are quite advanced with your watercolouring, you can absolutely still come along, grab a hold of these ones and have these within your stash that you can just dip into without having to bring out stamps, without having to bring out your pens, etc, etc. Now when it comes to this one here, what you're going to get inside is you're going to get some of your so you will get watercolour pens in here. Someone's popped our illustrator pens in here, which aren't your illustrator pens that you get. So you're definitely not going to get them ones. So let's turn them around. So what you will get when it comes to your actual watercolour pens, your aqua pens, you're going to get 5 of them. So you're going to get Kingfisher, Sunshine, Scarlet, Parisian Blue, and also Alpine Green. Now these are colours that are in our standard aqua pen range. So the way that I think of it and the way that I bought mine was, instead of having to do, talking about what we were talking about earlier with the tri-blend brush, instead of having to go for this aqua pen and that aqua pen and then go for the next one, it's all held together in one little package. Now what I've done is I keep them all in their package. So if I am just wanting to do a little bit of watercolouring, I'm not necessarily wanting to do anything specific, instead of going to my stamps, going to my paper, going to my aqua pens, I just go to my box and I know I've got everything. All that I need is my water brush and a little bit of water. So you get your, it's kind of like an instruction guide, a step-by-step, a tips guide when it comes to these from Benita. So you've got your little booklet that steps you all the way through, shows and tells you how to do tips and techniques, mixing colours, step-by-step guide. You've got Meet the Artist, Knowing Your Tools as well. So that comes included. What you do...
Beyond that, the aqua pens, not the illustrators. That leaflet's about the illustrators again.
So it is. So it is.
Somebody has got
There
a
we
box
go.
completely muddled up somewhere.
They have, haven't they? They've put two different ones. So yeah.
But I think alcohol pens are a brilliant introduction, aren't they? If you've not done colouring before.
Yes.
Some people find it an easier introduction, don't they, into colouring?
So absolutely, 100%. Talking about that, Debbie Fisher would say, in her opinion, an easier way to start into colouring is alcohol pens.
Would she?
For me, I think an easier introduction is water-based pens, for instance, aqua pens. Simple being for me is you're able to drag that colour out. So if you've put too much, you can drag it out. You can even start to rein it in. For me, if I make a little bit of mistake with alcohol pens, I find it harder to just eliminate that mistake. Now, there is ways like your blender pen and that, but it's exactly as Corrine was just saying there. It's everyone will find it different. So Debbie Fisher would recommend, if you're starting off with alcohol colouring, I would with your water-based colouring. It's entirely up to yourself. And this is a lovely little introduction. So having the actual right pamphlet this time round, it's still exactly as I was saying before, but it is all about your aqua pens, meeting the artists, knowing your tool, tips and techniques, blending in the colours with the colour families that you can see here. You do also get an art liner as well, which is a 0.3. You get watercolour card that's completely blank for you to stamp with your own stamps if you want to. You've also got some that's pre-printed with images. So this one, you can see, has already been started. You get about 6 of these that are already pre-printed. So as I say, it's a nice little box to have at the side of you for you to dip into. You're not having to go into your stash of aqua pens or cardstock. You worry about your stamp, your ink pad, anything like that. It's all together. But the same also when it comes to your calligraphy. So modern calligraphy, it's the 2 within the sets. So this one here, as it says, it's all about the calligraphy. So you are actually getting 2 of your metallic markers within this one here. So just so you know, you are going to get amethyst and silver ignot within this one. You'll also get a fine liner, which is a 0.51. You're going to get an art liner, a fine brush. You're going to get a sparkle pen as well, which is a clear one. And then you're getting your inspiration cards. You're getting lettering paper and also a how-to booklet. So once again, it's a lovely little comprehensive modern calligraphy discovery kit box from Winterbird here. Both of them you are getting for $17.98 or $29.98 with that 25% saving. But don't forget as well, because it's in the sale, you are going to get your free classic pen. It's worth $1.99 or $2.79, and it is Duck Egg Blue, which is BT8.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Now, Coletta says she had the most fun with the Bonita Doodle watercolour kit. So, yes, somebody that's used it absolutely loves it. Just quickly, before I go on to the next one, Carol Ann said, you remember she said she'd got a parcel to unwrap?
Yeah.
So a couple of Country Lane items from the winter sale, the A3 Big Score, ooh, you won't regret that, a few of the boards add-ons from the Ultimate Pro Masterclass that you did before Christmas,
awesome.
The Lisa Buddy bag to store all the excess boards that can't go in the Ultimate Pro. There you go, that's quite a bundle, Carol Ann. And she's talking about ordering another one, so I wonder what she'll order. Now, hopefully our other deals will have gone live very shortly. We're just checking. While we're checking, we'll just show you this bundle. So, I look at this one different to how it's on the screen. What we're giving you is 12 of our classic markers in that gorgeous floral colour range. Look at the colours on there that you can see them. So as Craig's explained to you then, our classic pens come, they are dual tipped. So you've got your fine, you know, your fine nib on one end, and you've got your bullet nib on the other end. Hopefully you can see that. There you go, you can see that. Absolutely brilliant. So you've got these gorgeous, gorgeous colours. I've just turned one round, so now they won't all fit back in. Let me see if I can get that back in. There we go, otherwise I'll have Tracy. But look at the colour range you've got on there. You're going through your purples, you've got your oranges and your pinks. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got, so those are alcohol based, and then you've got your Spectrum Noir glitter pens as well. And when I put these two together, can you see how well those colours are going to work together? Oops, go that way, if that's what you want to do to mix and match them. But just remember, your glitter pens are water-based and these are alcohol-based. So if you do want to mix and match them, just watch what ink pads you do. You can get away with it by doing heat embossing. We'll get around that. Now, this set is normally £19.99 and this set is normally £11.99, but we're going to give you them both today with a saving of 20% for £25.58 or $37.52. But because you've got that lovely yellow sticker there, we're going to throw in your waterproof ink pad, which is brilliant for your glitter markers, for £5.99. So for £25.58, you're going to get the two sets of pens and the ink pad. And I've just said, this set of pens costs £19.99. This costs £5.99. So we're talking about £26. So I believe that this £11.99 set is the free set, if you want to look at it that way. Absolutely perfect. That's how I would be looking at it. But then again, platinum price is £20.46 or $30.02. So that is only just 47p more than the price of those pens anyway. So that is an amazing deal. Right, we're still just waiting for those those bits to go live, and we'll have a look at those in a minute. But Craig's just going to show us a bit more with the tri-colours before we move on to those.
I am indeed, so we'll duck back to these ones here because I absolutely adore them. And you know, I apologise to keep saying what I'm away to say. You know, please remember, if you have been thinking about these for a wee while, you know, they've sold out, and then we have got them back. They did sell out, we've got them back here. We've only got a small amount of quantities. This time round, we've got our free buddy bag. I say this time round, they are going to be ending on Sunday. Once this shipment of the brush pens have gone, we aren't going to get any more on our shipment for another couple of months. So if you're thinking of someone that you know would love them and they've got a birthday coming up, then this is definitely the time to get them. And do you know what? If you want to be generous and give them the free buddy bag with it, perfect. If not, keep it for yourself. They're not going to know. But these ones that are your Spectrum Noir tri-colour brush pens, it's 18 of them in total, but within each one you are going to get your 3 colours here. So when we talked about your tri-blends earlier on, so I'll not go through the whole tri-blend pen again, but the original ones, it's about 1 colour family, and you've got your dark, you've got your medium, and you've got your light. Your tri-colour brush pens in the burgundy barrel, just for Johnny, it is 3 different colours, so 3 different colours from 3 different colour families, and these blend beautifully together. So within all of them, for instance, this one here, we've got iris, we've got a pale blue and a pale mint. Within this one here, this is one I never thought would actually blend together, a navy blue, marine and an emerald. You know, you may think marine and emerald, yes, never thought a navy blue would work with it, but it does, it blends perfectly. You don't need to think about what ones are going to blend. The colours within these tri-brush pens, they may look familiar when it comes to our tri-blend range, so they're not necessarily new colours, it's just been brought into that formulation, whereas in one pen that you know the 3 different colours are going to work very well together. The actual chart that we've got here, and when it comes to all of our Spectrum Noir pens or colour and mediums, you will be able to go on our website. If you go into the download section, you'll find the download section for not only your manuals for your die cutting machines, or of course for your scoreboards, but also your charts for you to colour in at home if you want. If that's the case, they come out like this, but without the colour. Just print them out onto your printer. If you can, print them out onto your Nina cardstock, and then you can colour in as you want to, so you've got your own chart. So this references the 18 different pens. So when I keep going to the breaking waves there, let's go in with the Golden Sunshine. So CR4 works with BO05 and GY1, all works well together. You know, yes, you may think, okay, yeah, they would probably work well together, which they do, but then if we go into, let's go into a eeny, meeny, miny, mo, let's go into your VB05, into your brown grey 1, into your HB05. So these ones being heavenly hues, not necessarily think, although they're more of that deeper pastel tone, not always going to work well together or blend well together. And that's the key thing. Some pens may work well together, i.e. coloured separately on the one image, but they don't always blend well together. All of these do. All of these colours in each of the pens, they blend well together. And that's the key thing about it. They are a fun pen to use because you're taking the different colours, you're blending them together, but you don't need to do a lot of work. You don't need to worry about the dark, the medium, and the light. You can go in with that. When I say mid-colour on these, I just mean the middle colour here. You can go with that one first, into the left, into the right first. So you can start with the right colour, into the middle. It's entirely up to you. It works well. It works an absolute treat. All of these from different colour families that all work well together. They are still alcohol based, so still go in with your alcohol ink pad, alcohol proof ink pad, as well as your Nina cardstock, and you know it's going to be perfect. They're going to work well with your colouring pads as well if you want to, your Creative Card dies. They're just an absolute dream to be colouring and blending with.
I think you've answered this, but Renee says, do these brush markers contain the same type of ink as the Classics and Illustrator markers?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Same,
it's exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, it's just in a different configuration.
It is.
Now, the minute the deals, the 3 o'clock come on the website, we'll let you know. There must just be a reason they've just got slowed down. So we're just doing that. Now, Jill from Lilycraft says, you all sound terrified of Tracy. No, we're not. We love her to bits, and she looks after us. She brings us cups of tea. But we just, bless her, she rules, not with a rod of iron, that's wrong. She is the glue that keeps this working, and if we would,
yeah.
If we would not be organised without her. I mean, everybody else out there is brilliant, but I think it's Tracy that just keeps us together. So no, we're not really scared of her. We totally respect her, but it's just, it's our standing joke, and she knows it. Is she looking? Is she looking? No, she's not. She's not out there. Right, now, Zoe says, Tesco turned up early for a change, not putting it away yet, so don't miss the deal. Sitting on the sofa with the food around me. Yeah, they're saying, I hope she's not got any frozen. They will be here any minute. I'm sure they will. And then Anne E says, I've missed a number of shows last couple of days. Was there 10-minute specials yesterday or in Wake Up Call this morning? Just wondering how often CC is doing that. No, I think we've had them once this week.
So it was, yeah. So it was Tuesday.
One this week. So
yeah.
They're saying there might be some tomorrow night. So it just depends on what show we're doing. Yeah, Sarah's in all day tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to be really fast shows tomorrow. Now, just while we're waiting for those deals to come on, they will be here. They will be here, I promise. I'm going to quickly show you this bag again. Now, quarter of the stock of this bag has gone already, so you're going to have to be quick. Now, for £40 or $50, you're going to get £101 or $147 worth of goodies. So when I had a look at it, I was thinking, right, so what am I paying for? I'm paying for my Discovery Kit in the watercolour. I wonder if mine's right, Craig. I wonder if mine's right.
I wonder.
I could have swapped it. Yes, look, I've got the right Discovery watercolour kit on there. So, yeah, you're going to get to that one. Whoops, you put that in there. Let me just grab this because I was working out, I worked it out on my piece of paper what I was getting for free and what I was paying for. So you're going to get your Discovery kit. You're going to get your Vibrant let me get it right. Your glitter markers in Vibrant, yep, those. So your kit is $11.99. So are your markers. You're also going to pay for your Spectrum Noir Yellow Classiques. That is $9.99. And the other bit, this is how I worked it out, is you're also going to pay for your acrylic pens. They are $7.99. Now, they will work on so many mediums. It says offer rich opaque coverage on a wide range of surfaces. So absolutely brilliant. You can go on, they're water soluble, you've got 3mm tip, and they're non-toxic. So you're going to have so much fun. And you've got white, black, silver, and gold in there. Absolutely brilliant. You just pump the pens and then the ink just flows. Really good fun. So you're going to pay for that, and that's going to be your £40 or your $50. So the bit you're not paying for is £15 worth of gilding flakes in your Carnival. Your Spectrum Noir metallics in your precious metals. So these are just like the ones that Craig was showing you, but a different colour group. Your spritz or mister bottles, your blending tools and spare blending pads, your pale pink tri-blend. So this is, as we were saying, the same colour but different shades of that colour or tones. Your glossy highlights. So this is a 60ml bottle, so that's going to last you a very, very long time. An aqua blue illustrator, so you can really see if you like those. Your alcohol-proof ink pad in Noir Black, so brilliant for your tri-blends, your classics, any of your alcohol-based pens. Let me put that there. And finally, because you're not going to get the bag, you're going to get your watermark ink pad. So that's brilliant if you want to maybe stamp with that and then put your clear embossing powder over so you can't see it, then do your colour washes over, or if you, as Craig was saying, if you have got your coloured embossing powders, then you can sprinkle it over here and see the true colour of those. There we go. So there we are. That's absolutely perfect. So if you are a platinum member, that's going to drop down to £32 or $40. You're getting so much for free. They're all consumables, so they're all things that you're going to use and you're going to run out eventually. So if you have got any of them, don't worry, they're just going to be duplicates as well. But how many gifts would this be if you've got some crafty friends?
Nice idea.
Yeah.
Nice idea.
Yes, it certainly would. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, Anne's playing with one of her discovery kits whilst watching. They're so well put together. Don't worry, Zoe's put her frozen food in the freezer.
Oh, phew.
And she better not sit on her bread, she says.
Whew.
Don't sit on the bread.
Yeah, you don't want to. You definitely don't want to have all your frozen stuff all defrosted. Right, we're going to actually have a look back at our rotating board, because I think after the way that I was showing it before as well with colouring, a lot of you have clearly gone for that one. So therefore, we're going to have another look at it just for anyone that needs a little bit of a recap. So this one here, this is going to be your Totally Tiffany rotating design board. So this is with your paper pad. So the details will be just coming up in a moment. You have got a free item within this one here. So this one today that's free is going to be your free Nancy tote bag. It's worth $14.99 or $16.95. It's good to point out as well, with all of these, with the January sale, with the freebies, they're on up until Sunday or while stocks last. Sarah will be here with Ben on Sunday with the last chance. So keep that in mind. So yes, it's on until Sunday, but it's also dependent on stock. We've had sellouts already, so just keep that in mind over the last couple of days. But here we go. This one is your rotating design board. So this is the newly designed one from Totally Tiffany. So this is my absolute favourite tool item that Tiffany has ever designed here. So it is, of course, it's about doing your colouring with ease if you want to, because you've got that rotation all the way around. You can be using it for many, many things. If you want to be using it, of course, for your games, you can do that. Tiffany was saying yesterday as well, if she's out in the garage, that she's got what, for argument's sake, my water bottle was like a vase or something like that. She uses it in the garage to spray her spray paint, so she doesn't have to touch the actual item. She can then just spray the said item, and then, of course, she keeps one in the garage. The other thing that she says some people use this for is cake decorators. So they have their cake on there, and then as they're doing their piping or as they're doing their icing work, they don't need to touch the cake, they don't need to touch the base. All that they're they're doing is touching and turning the rotating board. So you do get the Bulldog clip that you've got here. That is then going to enable you to actually hold down your image for you to colour. We would, if you are going to be using your alcohol pens, it is a nice way just to go in with a piece of scrap underneath and then start to do your colouring. What we can then also do as well is show you how, when I said this is the newly designed one, it is a plastic one, but what Tiffany's done is gone and cut down as much plastic as she absolutely can. So this is just as sturdy as the last one. However, there's less material within this one. This one, there's less plastic. So, okay, you've got more of that shallowness when it comes to the actual base of it, but all of these strips and panels of plastic, they are there to serve a purpose. It's just adding that extra strength. It's stopping it from dipping underneath. You're not going to get any of that whatsoever. And a nice, seamless flow when it comes to that rotation. So that is what you're paying for, and you're also going to be paying for your 9x12. This one here is your premium alcohol pad. So this one, you're going to be doing your alcohol colouring on, but there's your tri-blends, your illustrators, of course, or maybe you're going to be using your classics. This is the one that you're going to use. So if you don't have your Nina, this is the perfect alternative. It is 30 sheets and it's 240 GSM. So you've got that one included. This is the box that the actual rotating board comes stored in. So that's how it is looking. So if it is going to be for a gift, then that's great, but you've got that one. And then this is the free gift. Now, I originally, the other day when I came in, I thought that would have been the free gift, but it's not. It's the actual Nancy tote. It's the bag. It's worth $14.99 or $16.99. That, as you seen a moment ago, it does hold all of those that I was just showing you. It's going to hold other things, so much more. You do have that really, really strong zip along the top here. So let's just untwist that one around. So you've got that zip within this top one. You've then got your pocket with your little button at the front. You've also got additional inner pockets that we can see here. You've got that strong strap and stitching, whether it's all the way around the edges or the handles. The straps go all the way down and stitched all the way down. So that's where you're going to get that strength. So you're going to be able to put lots and lots of different things in there at different weights. But that one, totally free. It's from Totally Tiffany. It's worth $14.99 or $16.99. Don't forget as well, when it comes to all of that though, however, platinum price for your actual board and your cardstock, that is $22.78 or $31.11.
Absolutely brilliant. Jennifer Dawn Smith says, Tiffany would be proud of Craig for paying such good attention yesterday. You loved that show, didn't you?
I absolutely
I could see you were
did it.
absolutely buzzing when you'd finished
Absolutely
that.
buzzing. And do you know what it was as well, Corrine, is, you know, it's not often with shows like that where we're the only one in the studio. Now, some of you may have thought, well, when the camera was on Tiffany, I was maybe doing something, you know, doing little bits of colour and that. I did have a stool and I sat where you are and I was glued to Tiffany for the full 2 hours when the camera wasn't on me. I was mesmerised with her storage, her thought process, the way it was designed, the concept. I just loved it all from minute to end.
Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Really, really good product. Right, now we're going to give you a little break. I'm not sure which one we're going to see now. We're going to talk to you all about our Club Inspire, because I know there's some new people there and you all keep saying, what's this platinum prize? How do I get platinum prize? Well, here's Sarah to tell you all about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. What are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. New Year's resolutions. Hard to keep, tricky to maintain, and no fun at all. Right? Wrong! Here at Crafters TV, we're making it easy to start 2023 with a resolution you're sure to keep. With New Year, New Craft. This is your invitation to try something different, find a new favourite, and kickstart a fresh new year of craft and creativity. Join us on Crafters TV from Monday the 9th to Sunday the 15th of January for 7 days of inspiration, creativity and new beginnings. From die cutting and colouring to stamping, mixed media, sewing and quilting, every day will be dedicated to a different technique. Our expert team is here with everything you need to know to add another crafty string to your creative bow. And with a special show-stopping deal for every technique, you can dive in straight away. So tune into Crafters TV and head over to the Crafters Companion website for all the details and even more New Year, New Craft inspiration. Making a resolution for 2023 just got easier.
That's how I picture Ben at the gym every day with the headband. I love it with the little bag.
It's kind of ironic.
So macho, doesn't he?
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? How, our new video of Ben being fit and healthy and at the exercise, and he's not even here because he's ill.
Poor Ben, poor Ben. Right, now, we haven't shown you them in this show, but we showed you them in the last show, our fantastic colouring pads. Now, these are brilliant. So if you have bought any of our colouring mediums and you think, yep, or our alcohol colouring medium specifically, I think, yep, I really want to have a go, but I've not got many stamps, or I'm not confident with my stamps, then this will be the product for you. So have you got them there ready, Craig, to show us what they are, please?
Do indeed. We've got them here, and we'll do a little bit of colouring as well, because even these, and these aren't, Christmas images. These aren't ones that you're going to only use at Christmas time. These are ones you're going to use all throughout the year. And I'm saying that because they're in the January sale. Madness, but as I've said before, that's madness on our account, not on yours, because you get the benefits of it. It's your Crafters Companion Colourable Pad Card Collection. Now, you are going to get 4. Now, what I will say is, you're going to get a full pack 6 of your Coastal Blend Tri-Blend pens for free. So this is where, if we refer back to our tricolour brush pens, where I was saying that's different colour families, these ones here, within each of the pen, you have then got a colour family, a light, a medium and a dark. We'll look at them just in a moment. You've got the 6 of them, although if you want to use them as standalone colours, that's 18 colours that you've got. Now that is your free item, which is worth $19.99 or $29.99. The reason I'm saying that first is because the colouring pads, you're actually going to get 4 of them. They're 4 different pads. Now on that, today's price is $27.97 or $36.26. Technically, it works out that you're getting one of these 4 for free. These are $9.99 each, and your price today is $27.97 or $36.26. So as you can see, that's just under the £30 mark, so that would be roughly round about that, but you are also going to get a 4th one. So this is how I'm saying you're getting kind of, well, yeah, you're getting 1 free, 1 and a bit free, plus your tri-blends. So within each of these books, so within this one here, you've got your Spiritually Wild. Now you've got 6 images and you've got 6 sheets of each. So you've got a multitude of colouring pages for you to then follow on through from. These are on that special cardstock that is perfect for your alcohol colouring, your Nina cardstock. There's 39 sheets as it is in total, because what you're also getting within each book is you're getting 3 foil die-cut sentiment toppers. You're getting gold, silver, and you're getting a copper. That is what it looks like if you were to colour them in this way with your alcohol pens. You are also going to get your Enchanted Adventures. Now once again, 6 images, 6 of each. Each of these sheets are 5 inches by 3 3/4, and they're all 240 GSM. You've also got your 3 die-cut sentiment topper sheets, gold, silver, and gold, gold, silver, and copper, and each of these are all different sentiments as well. That's how it looks once you've coloured them in. You're also going to be getting your Floral Flight, so 6 images, 6 of each, plus 3 of your die-cut sentiment toppers. That is how it looks once you've coloured them in with your alcohol pens. That's such a vibrant, bright set to be looking at, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
really
thinking
is.
those brush mark, the colour brush pens on those with that ombre of colour would look beautiful.
Definitely, it would look absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, you can use them for sure. And then this one, the butterflies and botanics that you're going to be getting, once again, 6 images, 6 of each, and you're getting 3 of your die-cut sentiment toppers, gold, silver, and copper. And this is how it looks once you start to colour them in. So that's giving you all 4 of these ones together. So I thought what we can do is let's go in with the butterflies and botanics. So I tell you what, Corrine, if I can have just a wee moment, I'll get these bits together and then we can do a bit of colouring.
Okay, so this is live as it's happening. There has been a little bit of a problem with our website. You know we often get the gremlins. So those deals, you haven't lost them. I'm going to be naughty and I'm just going to show you. I'm going to show you, right? So if you like pen storage, or you like Illustrator pens, or you like Academy of Colour, right, I'll put those away because you haven't seen those from me. Please come back at 7 p.m. We know it's going to be working at 7 p.m. and they are going to be absolutely amazing deals. I can only apologise for everybody that's been sitting around waiting for them to come live at 3. But literally, poor Emma is running up and down trying to get it sorted. They can't get it sorted for now, but it will be live at 7. So please, and I'm sorry about that because I know you've all been waiting patiently, but we just could not get whatever the gremlin is, we haven't been able to fix it right now. Anyway, Marino says, oh my, I love the new Ben video. And Rhonda says, Craig, that's exactly what I was thinking about Ben. Poor Ben. Poor Ben. So yeah, thank you. He's feeling a lot better. Did you speak to him this morning? Was it Johnny?
We both have, separately, yeah. So we both have. So yes, he's on the mend. All going well. There's no signs that it's not that he. All going well. There's no signs that he won't be back on Sunday. Yeah. So he should be here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think he's only due back in today, tomorrow. Then he was off Saturday anyway.
That's right.
So it just gives him time to get better, doesn't it?
It does.
Are you nearly there then?
I am, yes.
Are you sure?
I am already raring to go.
Okay.
What I was going to do, let's do it with actually these tri-blends, because you might think, well, Craig, I've already got that set of tri-blends. So this was something Sarah explained about the tri-colours on Tuesday. So I thought it's worthwhile doing this with your actual classic pens. So this is one of the tri-blends that you're getting within the set here, the coastal blend. So this one here it just happens to be your LG1, LG3 and LG5. So if I take that one out there, now that is your LG3 and LG5. So if I half that, that is all the amount of ink that is in.
Yeah.
Whereas if I bring in the LG5 of your Classique, that is full of LG5
So the barrel
ink.
is bigger anyway because it's only a single colour.
Yeah.
But it's bigger again because it's the same. Sorry, that's me. I leant down. It's the same. It's even more because it's the same. It's only one colour in that barrel.
Yeah.
So the barrel is bigger in itself.
In the Classique.
And it's only one colour instead of being split for two. Sorry,
Exactly.
I was leaning down then. I was watching Craig.
No, that's okay. So it was these, and Sarah said it herself, tri-blends will not last anywhere near as long as Classiques because the barrels are smaller. So keep that in mind. You might think, well, Craig, I've already got the coastal blends. However, they are going to run out sooner than the Classiques. The tri-blends, they're not refillable, but I have been open and honest, Debbie has as well. There's little cheat ways how you can then prolong them that little bit longer. However, they're not designed to last as long. So you might already have them. There's no harm in having another set because your tri-blends will run out eventually because the barrels aren't as big because of the capability of the inks. So I thought it was worthwhile just pointing out that when it comes to the Classiques. Your Classiques, that is that one colour, which is your LG5. So that's full of LG5 ink, whereas your LG5 is only going to be half of that chamber there. So just keep that in mind. So then you might think, actually, yeah, Craig, that's right enough. It's a good point. Well, we'll actually go for that
I would say it
set.
looks to me to be about a third of the ink.
Yeah, it does,
about
doesn't
a third.
it?
So, but that would make sense because then you've got three thirds in one pen. So you've got the same ink in your tricolours as you've got in your Classiques, but you've just split it across three colours instead of all in one, haven't you?
And if you think, well, when it goes to your lighter tone that you can see here, you might think, well then, isn't that barrel going to be full of the light green? Well, it's not, because you need to take into account the pen nib.
Yeah.
So once again, if you half that, that is still only going to be the same amount of ink for the three tones. So yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, kind of like a third of the actual ink. So that was just a little way to explain about, obviously, about the actual quantity of the ink within the tri-blend. So let's go in. I'm going to go in with our colouring pads here, which is the Butterfly and Botanics. And I'm going to go in. I've got my rotating board here, and I've got my piece of card. Did say earlier on, it doesn't have to be expensive cardboard, and it could be a back of an envelope from one of the bills that you've got, as long as it's something that is going to potentially capture any of it.
You wouldn't be using things like your coated card, your pearlescent or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
But you need it to be able to soak in, don't you?
You do. You need it to be able to soak in for sure. And usually the chances that it does bleed all the way through, it's slim. You tend to see it coming through onto the back. It's very rare that it bleeds to an extent that's going all the way through. It's just better to have it than not have it. And then, just like your stamped images within these printed books, you have got all of the detail lines for you to follow. So if you want to do that, then you absolutely can. Now I'm going to go in, I'm just going to keep it very, very simple when it comes to the actual laying down of the colour.
What I'm noticing about these, Craig, is a bit like we were saying with those natural beauty stamps. Because these images have been drawn with colouring in mind, they are, well, I don't know what the right word is. They are really not easy to colour, but they work.
They work, yeah.
I don't know how better. That's not very eloquently put, but
they've got fuller areas for you to get in with these. Even like the actual little patterns within the butterflies, there are quite a larger scope of area for you to get in and colour. It's not the most pinpoint detail, you know, it is easy. Certainly when it comes to your bullet nib from your tri-blends or your Classiques or the point of your Illustrator pens. So I know exactly what you mean, 100%.
They've been designed to make you look the best artist that you can be, haven't they? They've not been designed to trip you you up or to make it difficult. It's
Definitely
so
not.
that you enjoy your colouring.
That's the thing, you know, there's no point in doing or creating anything that is going to potentially, as you say, trip you up. It's just going to put you off. You're not going to get and build that confidence. You're just going to throw it to the side and then not use it again. And that's certainly not, we don't want that. And I know that would pain Leanne to know that if we've brought something out that is put you off and it's not actually giving you a confidence builder boost, it's just something that you're going to throw at the side.
So why have you laid down your lighter colour, Craig? Oh, I keep leaning down, so it's my fault. Because I'm watching. I love watching. Sorry, I forget. Why have you laid down your lighter colour if you're now colouring over it completely?
So I follow on with what Leanne does, because my alcohol colouring was from the way that Leanne taught. So I go in with my light tone first, and I'm kind of priming my cardstock. So I'm going in with that light tone first, so I've got a basis. And then what I'm going to do is I go about 2/3 of the way along, and then that piece that I left white, that's kind of like my way of preserving that highlight. So that initial bit I kept white. So I've got about 2/3 that I've covered or primed with my lighter tone. Then I go in and then I start to put in my dark tone. Then I go in and blend in that mid-tone, and then I finish off with that lighter tone.
Straight away, that looks curved, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you can almost see it dipping down into the centre where the light's not getting to it.
It really, really does. I think the two Debbies do it in a slightly different way than I do it, same with Lily. It's not right or wrong ways. It's just about how you feel comfortable laying it down. You're going to get that same result. It just so happens that I go in with the light tone. So once again, let's just go in. So I go in where I want that darkness to be first of all. So for this one, this is where I'm going to have my darkness towards the center. So I'm going to go in with my light tone first. So as I say, I'm laying down that color, I'm priming it if that's the way that you want to think of it, but I'm just making sure.
Saturating the card, aren't you? So
That's
that it doesn't,
exactly it.
so it doesn't take the colour away from your darker colour.
No, no, that's exactly what I'm doing. I want to make sure I saturate that cardstock so that therefore my dark tone is going to sit. Now, this is where I was on about a moment ago. You could follow all of the detail lines if you want to. I tend to, for demonstration purposes, I tend to just keep it very, very simple, and I go in with that dark tone. At this point, this is where I kind of break it down into 2/3. So I'm going in a third with that dark tone, and then I'm going to go in with the mid-tone. And now at this point, Corrine, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, just where that crosses over, I'm going to join that. And I'm going to come all the way down to where my light tone has ended.
Yeah.
So I'm just blending that one out again. I like to do circular motions. I feel you're going to get that nice seamless blend when it comes to that circular motion. I'm just going to where I've left off with that light tone, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that one off with the light tone once again, just starting to blend it out. We're going to go in, we're going to finish, and then already you can see there that you're starting to get that blend. Leave it for that a little bit longer. I'm going to keep referring back to what Corrine said earlier on. You know, just leave it. Give it a little bit of time. The more you fuss with it, you know, sometimes the more, you know, it just doesn't look right. You can, however, without wanting to contradict myself, if you really aren't happy or you do want to just have a little play with it, you can still just go back. I'm going to go back with that mid-tone again, and I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit more. Remember, the lighter the colour, the more alcohol, so therefore it's going to bleach it out more. So you just need to keep that in mind. But we can just go in, we can start to blend it out.
You see the difference.
You can, can't you?
Yeah.
So at that point, that's where I would leave it. I would do what Corrine would always recommend and just leave it, and then you'll start to see that start to evaporate and you get that blend out. I mean, if we go in, we show you some of these. These have been done with a mixture of classic tri-blends and illustrators, but at least it gives you that idea. It gives you that inspiration of what you can be doing when it comes to any of them. Remember, we've got the 4 books. In each book, you have then got your 6 different images, and you've got 6 of each. Not forgetting, within each book, you have also got your 3 die-cut sentiment sheets that are foiled. So you've got your butterflies, so you've got your florals, you've got your wildlife as well, you've got your magical and mystical, you've got your toadstools. So you can then be using these as a beginner status when it comes to colouring, or if you have been in that Academy of Colour journey with Leanne, taking what you have learnt from Leanne and pull that through with the actual colouring that you've got. But you are paying for those 4 colouring pads. They are your colouring pad card front collection, $27.97 or $36.26 with a saving of 30%. Comes down less at a platinum price of $22.38 or $29.01. And completely free, you're going to get a full pack, a 6-pack coastal blend, which ones are your tri-blends. You're going to get the 6 of them, as I say, but if you were to break it down into pure colour, you're going to get 18 individual colours worth $19.99 or $29.99.
That's amazing value, isn't it, as a free gift when you're only paying £22.38 as a platinum member to then get another $19.99 free on top. I think that's amazing. Lovely comments from you all. Thank you so much. Carol Ann Hanley says, please don't apologise. These things happen. It's not like you haven't got lots of great deals or banter to keep us going in the meantime. They will be back at 7, we promise. Rhonda, I'm impressed, Rhonda. She says, I have every single colour of the Classiques, all 216. She got the entire set with a big bag from HSN. Wow, that's impressive. Shadiah says, that is a great point, Craig. Listening well, I've invested in the Classiques and they do the job. So absolutely gorgeous. That was about the barrel, the size of the barrels for the inks. Sylv says, I have all the tray blends now, but I'm working my way up to get all of the Illustrator colours. Well, can I just say, tune in at 7 p.m. There we go. That's all I'm saying. She says, but once you get used to the tri-blend thingy, it's easy to blend using each colour group with your Classiques and Illustrators. Tri-blend thingy, I think she means the way that they're laid together. Terry Anderson says, my markers don't sound like Craig's. Am I not pressing hard enough?
It's not that I don't think that you're pressing hard enough. What I would say is you're potentially not laying down enough colour. So if you're referring to that kind of that little subtle squeak that you're hearing, you won't necessarily hear it straight away, but as you start to build up that colour, and I don't mean dark onto mid or mid onto dark, I just mean if you go in with that light tone first that I'm doing, what I've shown you a minute ago, once you've laid that colour down, you've seen me, I went back over it again, as Corn says, kind of saturating it. That's when you're going to start to hear the squeak. So give that a shot. Maybe you're just not laying down enough. I think, Corin, sometimes people think that they're laying down too much colour to start with, where it's not actually the case. To start with, you are want to have that bit of saturation. So give that one a shot. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, right, now we've got time for a couple more deals. Some of them you've already seen. So this one is your water reactive ink pads. Now remember, these are normally $5.99 each. So you're going to get your crushed velvet. Think of all the techniques that you're going to be able to do with these. Your blending, your distressing, your sandstorm, your spar blue, and your parakeet. Lovely colours. They're going to work. You can see the colours all down there. Going to work so well together. Now, today you're going to get these for $17.98 or $30.56. Is that right? Yes, $30.56. So that is 15% off the normal price. But we're also going to throw in these blending sponges. So 4 blending sponges, 4 water reactive ink pads that you can blend with. So somebody's thought that through. Now those are normally worth $4.99. So if you take the $4.99 off what you would normally be spending for this bundle, you're now saving over 25%. But remember, although it's $17.98 or $30.56, if you're a platinum member, that's going to drop down to £14.38 or $24.45. Now, I know this is our Colour Me Happy show, but we've saved it for now. We haven't shown it you. Have we shown it you in this show before?
Not in this show, no.
Not in this show, not in this show.
No, we weren't going to, but I put Johnny in a headlock in between that last show earlier on. I was like, right, no, we need to show it in Colour Me Happy.
Yeah, so this is going to be Craig's January sale mystery bag. I'm not sure what they just said. I missed that one. It fell out my ear.
He said that I got Johnny in the crimpler.
In the crimpler.
In the
yeah.
crimpler. If you watched Wake Up Call, you'll know exactly what we mean there, although you'll see it just in a minute. Yeah, so very, very briefly. So Sarah was saying on Tuesday, she was completely honest with you, so I will be as well. You know, we're now into that new year. We know what's going on in the world. We know how the cost of many things are going up. For instance, is paper. So therefore, in 2023, there'll be less mystery bags. Now, I know we started off with a mystery bag with Sarah, and I have one here. We kind of already put them, the ball into motion towards the end of last year, so that's why we've got them here. So although throughout the year we're not going to have as many mystery bags as such, Sarah and the team, they have been thinking that other way, so you're still going to get the benefits. You're not going to lose out as much when it comes to incredible deals and bundles. So therefore, the one that we put together, and I say the royal way because I literally put all of this together myself. You know, I was on Crafters TV a fair bit just in the lead up to Christmas, and a few of you had said as well, oh, you're not really posted much finished samples of that on social media, because if I wasn't at home and I wasn't in here, I was in the warehouse actually annoying Chris. So that's by the by, it just benefits you at home. This is the January sale mystery bag. This is my one. It is going to be featured in Cartload, however, we've been showing you throughout the day. £50 or $60. Look, and that's saving of £151.32 or $185.68. That's fab. I will tell you the platinum price in a moment. I'm not going to just yet, because on that today's price, what I want to show you is when it comes to these three that technically you are paying for. So this is With All My Love Edgeable. So this one is worth $12.99 or $19.95. I've also popped in your Hip Hip Hooray. This is your waterfall mechanism die. Now this one is worth $24.99 or $26.95. You've got 11 dies and 13 stamps. And I've also popped in our vintage butterfly. This one is your Pearl cardstock. 24 sheets, 4 colours, 6 of each, $14.99 and $19.95. Now I knew on Tuesday, when I was putting mine together, I knew Sarah was also putting this in hers as the free gift. I knew that. I love the colours. We did have quite a big quantity of this colour card. That's why I put it in. It was one of my favourites going into spring, so it was there on purpose. Those three here are worth $52.97 or $66.85. So that's why I wanted you to focus on that today's price. So that's what those three are worth. However, for no additional cost, you're going to get all of these ones for free. Now, this one here is worth $14.99 or $16.95. That is your floral cut and emboss folder. That one there is also a slimline cut and emboss folder, also worth $14.99 or $16.95. And this one here, which is your Favour box template and dies, that one is worth $16.99 or $19.95. Now you get the gist of where I'm going with this. Let's keep showing you even more that you're getting. So I put in our little Friends Gemini mini dies in here because I love to use my Ladybird, Ladybug die a lot. So that's in there, no additional cost. Keeping in mind, that's no additional cost that I've just shown you, and neither is any of this. I've put in our Shadow Sentiment stamp and die. I've then gone in with my, I love my Christmas, of course. I had to put something Christmas in, so I've gone in kind of like with my Layer and Mixed Media stamps here. 9 stamps in total. We've gone in with our Spaceman, Space Lady, stamp and die set. This is for your penny sliders. That's in there. Then we are going to be going in with our die set here where we can do our lattice folding dies. These ones here is your 2 sets, you've got them. Then with going into Valentine's Day next month, of course it could be birthday, anniversary, wedding, we've gone in with our swing dies here. You've got 4 dies. All of this, remember, is completely free. 5x7 3D embossing folder, that one there is your flourish, that one the flourish lace, completely free. We're going to go in now with our Create a Card frames. This is giving you your sentiment stamps too. That one there is 11 elements in total. It's free. Then I've also gone in and I've raided the Knitwit section. This is your 68-piece embellishment set. That one is in there completely free. While I was there, I've gone in with some of our flower, form and foam in the Knitwit Home Body Colour Collection, which is your 16 pieces. Now at this point, that was what was meant to end at. It was 15 pieces. But then I twisted Sarah's arm and I says, could I please put in one other item? I wanted to put my edge crimpler. And you can see I've renamed it there. That was originally for sewists who, once they were doing their sewing by the thread, they would just cut their thread with it. But then papercraft, we start to use it now to crimple the edges of our card. I'll show you that within our show later on, Cartload show, because I know it was a question we had earlier on. And then that was it. So. I was meant to have 15 items. I asked Sarah for 16 items. She says, yeah, that's okay. I twisted her arm for a 17th item, which was that one. She said, that's fine, that's okay. Sarah doesn't know I went to Chris and asked for one final item, which was an 18th item, and that was our Pokey Tools. So he's okayed it. Sarah doesn't know. She's on her way to London, or she'll be in London probably by now, so it doesn't really matter. So Pokey Tools that you can see here, and you've got 2 of them. So all of that you are going to be getting for free to the value of £151.32, or for you guys stateside, $185.68. But of course, this is what it works out that you're paying for, those 3 here, but you are going to be getting all of that, which means if you are in a platinum, that comes all the way down to £40 or $48 for all of that.
That's amazing. It's probably one of the biggest mystery bags we have ever put together. Now remember, if you order 2 of that mystery bag, you're going to get duplicates. Now that might be perfect if you're wanting them for gifts, if you're thinking I know how to distribute those. For all of those, are 18 items for £40. If you're a platinum member, even I can't do that. And when we're talking just over £2 per item, which is absolutely amazing value. But what you could do is you could go for my mystery bag as well, because none of this will duplicate with Craig's mystery bag. Now my mystery bag is coming in at £40 or $50. So this one's a little bit cheaper, but this is all about the Spectrum Noir. So what you're going to pay for is $11.99 for one of your discovery kits. This is one that Craig was showing you earlier with those lovely colours on there. So that's an aqua pen one. $11.99 for your glitter pens. So that's £24 so far. Then you're going to do $9.99 for your Spectrum Noir pens. So that's £34. And then you're going to do $7.99 for your acrylic paint pens. So you can see now we've already gone above that £40, $50 limit. So that's what you're paying for, a lovely collection of different colour mediums. Now if you're wondering how to use all the different mediums, we're going to do a very light touch mixed media class on Saturday, so I'm going to show you all about that, just using products that we sell here. So what this means is, if you ordered this mystery bag, you're also going to get your precious metal metallic pens. You're also going to get your Carnival gilded flakes. That's £15. I think that's £10 on that. You're going to get one of your tri-blend pens in pale pink and one of your illustrators in aqua blue. So all of this is for no extra money. You're also going to get your Dauber and extra sponges. You're going to get your spritz bottles, all 4 of them, Mr. Spritz bottles, how you want to use them. You're also going to get your glossy highlights, which is absolutely brilliant for adding those little like dew drops, adding on shine, adding on eyes or glasses, you know, anything like that. You're also going to get your alcohol-proof ink pad, which is going to be brilliant for all of your alcohol-based pens, like your illustrators, like your classiques that we've got. So there's plenty that you're going to be able to use in there. And finally, you've got your watermark ink pad. So that, lots of different ways you can do that. So you can create the watermark look, so just stamp onto like a dark card and then it will show up as a watermark. Or you can then put clear embossing powder over it, or even a coloured embossing powder, and then you can heat it up. So lots of different ways. Phenomenal bag, the value. £32 or $40. Now, every time I bring this to you, it's a little bit more. So first of all, it was 10% gone, then we got it up to nearly 20%, then last time I showed you 25% had gone, so now 30% of this mystery bag has sold out. Phenomenal, phenomenal value. Everything in there is a consumable, so nothing that you are not going to be able to use. Now, we are going to go and have a little bit of a break, and we will be back at 6 o'clock. And I have been told that those deals will be live at 7. Really, really sorry that they didn't come through then. Oh, Mary Reno says, terrific mystery bag, Craig. Rhonda says, you can never have too many pokey tools. I'm constantly losing mine. However, I'm going to embellish mine so they quit rolling under her glass mat. Good idea. And Jean says, these mystery bags are a good deal. That is the whole point of the mystery bags. They are always about good deals. So we'll be back in 2 hours, all about the cartload. So yes, there might still be some inky bits and pieces around, but it'll be a much more mixed bag. So you're going to see stamps, you're going to see dies, you're going to see embossing folders and maybe paper pads and all those extra bits, storage. You know, everything is going to be there. So, yeah, please come back and join us. 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, or 10 a.m. on the Pacific. So we would love to have you with us. In the meantime, please go check out our website, www.crafterscompanion.uk. Is that right? That's
.co.uk.
.co.uk. EU.com or .eu. Sorry, I lost it there because I'd lost it the first time. I lost it. I couldn't remember. Go check out our sale page. There's loads on there, and make sure you look for the yellow stickers, because the yellow stickers mean you're going to get a free gift. So make sure you check those out. But if you still want to be inspired and you're still looking for some fantastic deals, then come back and join us at 6 p.m. tonight. It's still going to be Craig and myself, so we will be here for another 2 hours, and we'll see if Craig has got any more really good white paper pads to show you. Okay, so from us now, we will see you in 2 hours. Bye for now.
Toodles.